Hey everyone, welcome to your online cafe and a very happy Valentine's Day to all of you. What a beautiful day to have such a beautiful session with Viralji. Couldn't have asked for a better day to talk about the most intriguing topic in the world that is close to everybody's heart today. We have all been in love. We have all fallen out of love. We have all been, we have all been hurt at some point in time. Uh, Yet it remains one of the most intriguing, topics to dig deeper into. Because no matter how many aspects of love you must have felt, there is again that layer that needs to be uncovered. There is always that depth that needs to be dived into. Because love is bottomless. It has no boundaries. It has no situations. It has no language. The only thing it has is expressions, expressions, and more expressions. You can never go out of expression when it comes to love. So, without much ado, let's get into the bottom of it. Let's get to the essence of what love is with Viralji today because we have so much to talk about. So, let me bring him on the show and let's move on with our topic. As always, like, share, and subscribe my channel, just underscore Sonal, and help me build this community because let's grow together. Every topic that comes in as a form of conversation adds some value to our lives. So here it goes. Hi Viralji, welcome to your online
Hi,
cafe.
namaste.
So good to have you as always.
Welcome. Yeah.
And actually, there is a lot of buzz today around this topic because, like I said, ये एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जो हम जितना भी इसके बारे में बात कर लें कुछ ऐसी परतें होती हैं जिस तक हम पहुंच ही नहीं सकते. So that's why there is so much to talk about because there are so many facets to love. There is mother's love, then there is romantic love, then there is spiritual love, then there is all kinds of love. Then there's soulmate, then there's soul group, then there are twin flames. So, all to you, Viralji. Let's move on with the show. And I'm going to start with the basic as, today being a Valentine's Day. Why is it so important to celebrate Valentine's Day? What is so important about Valentine's Day that it has become an expression of love?
See, we need to understand the consciousness. My greetings to all of you for the mm, this wonderful day of 14th February, the Valentine Day. And I today wish that every one of you attend the love that you have been seeking all your life. And we seek love, and in seeking, we need to become love. That's the journey that we are taking in the human form. And love has many aspects, as you say. But here I'm going to talk today, as your question is all about the Valentine Day. What is the importance of the Valentine Day? In the 5th century, what has happened is in the Rome, there was a festival, and that festival was Lupercalia. And in this festival, uh, you know, uh, it was a time when there was more fertility, and the couples were selected out of the draw. And this festival was banned in by the Pope of at that time. And then what happened is that for a very long time, till the 14th century, the expression and the affection of the love was suppressed. Now, this separation has come up to the celebration that we are celebrating today, because somewhere in this consciousness that was kept in dark, and that is how we have come to the point of love has been a iconic day or a representation of the Valentine Day, where we mostly talk about the love between the two individuals, that the man and the woman that we always work towards, not necessarily husband and wife, but yes, there has been always an attraction between the male and the female. Now, because we have been separated from the original source in the two genders, the, the, the attraction is inevitable. We look at the particular attraction. From our soul perspective, you get attracted to an X person or a Y person. So we are going to discuss that aspect also. For the Valentine Day, I feel that the whole energy of the separation between the 5th century to the 14th century has given rise to the current state of expressing love onto the Valentine.
Okay. So what you're saying is that it was suppressed, and expression is something that
Yes.
cannot be suppressed. The more you suppress it, the more it wants to come out, and that's why Valentine's Day has become like a representation of love, because it was so suppressed.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so then, what is love? Why so much talk about it? Why there is so much intrigue about it? Everybody wants to be in love. क्या है लव, विरल जी?
जब सुबह की पहली किरण निकलती है, जब एक ड्यू पत्ते के ऊपर ठहरता है, जब एक फूल पूरी रात में बंद कली से खिल के कंप्लीट फूल बन जाता है और हवा का झोंका उसे महसूस होता है, झरना बहता है, चांद निकलता है और यही क्रिया चलती रहती है। प्रकृति सदा हमें प्रेम करती। अगर हमने अपने आप के हृदय में प्रेम से भर के इन चीजों को देखा, तो हम महसूस कर पाएंगे कि प्रकृति हमसे कितना प्यार करे। अगर इस प्यार को हम समझ पाते हैं, हर माँ जब इतने दर्द से गुजर के बच्चे को जन्म देती है और बच्चे को देखते ही उनको जो एहसास होता है वो प्यार। किसी की नजरों में देख के अपने आप को आप खो देते हो, वो है प्यार। प्यार हमारी पहचान है, प्यार हमारे आत्मा का स्वरूप है। जो कोई भी इंसान हमें रिफ्लेक्ट करके अपने आप को पहचानने में मदद करता है, हेल्प करता है, हमें अपना आईना दिखाता है, वो है प्यार।
आपने एक बहुत ही यू सेड समथिंग वेरी ब्यूटीफुल एक्चुअली जस्ट नाउ यू सेड कि द पर्सन हु रिफ्लेक्ट्स यू is what love is. So I think right there is a bit of a contradiction, because when we look for love, we look for expectations from that person to give us something in the form of love. I don't think we look at that person to reflect us as love, right? हमारी जो एक in human form, what we are looking for, what we are seeking is a companion, male, female, who can fulfill us in some way. So there is a certain set of expectations that come out of that fulfillment, which we actually call love. But what you are defining is very different. So how do we cross that bridge, and what is the difference?
देखिए, ब्रिज है ही नहीं। पहली बात तो ब्रिज दिखता है। हम जब एक्सपेक्टेशंस की बात करते हैं तो मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूं। मैं आपको एक प्रेमी है, अपनी प्रेमिका से मिलने जाने वाला है, और ये नई नई पहचान है, नए नए मिले हैं, और प्रेमिका ने कहा कि आप मुझसे मिलने आज 5 बजे आना, यहां मैं आपके लिए रुकूं। अब ये प्रेमी तैयार नहीं है, उसे पहुंचना बहुत दूर है और वो पहुंच पाएगा कि नहीं वो पता नहीं, लेकिन जैसे ही वो आवाज सुनता है, वो कहती है, तो इमीडिएटली वो रेडी हो जाता है और जम करके रेडी होके कितनी भी मुसीबत आए, कितनी भी मुश्किलें आए, वो वहां तक पहुंच जाता है, उससे मिल लेता है। अब यही घटना कुछ समय के बाद घटती है दोनों के बीच में, और वो उसे फोन करके बुलाती है, तो वो ये जवाब देता है, इतनी दूर कौन आएगा, मेरे पास समय नहीं, मैं व्यस्त हूं। तो जो प्यार है वो क्रिएटिविटी, अपने आप को जो अंदर का एहसास है, वो क्रिएशन का स्त्रोत्र है, वो ओरिजिन है क्रिएशन का। और एक्सपेक्टेशन से हमारी क्रिएटिविटी सप्रेस्ड हो जाती है। हम क्या प्यार में दे सकते हैं? शुरुआत कैसे होती है प्यार की? मैं आपको क्या दूं, आप मुझे क्या देंगे, तो वो ट्रांजैक्शन हो गया। जब प्यार होता है तो हमें देने की भावना होती है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं इस दोनों इंसान में जो एक दूसरे के साथ मिलते हैं, जीवन भर रहते हैं, तब उनका क्या होता है, किसी भी प्रेमी प्रेमिका, तो पहले तो वो पहले तो ऐसा मुखौटा दिखाते हैं कि मुझे देना है, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली तो वो मांगने पे शुरू हो जाता है कि आप मुझे प्यार दो, और सामने वाला कहता है आप मुझे प्यार दो। दोनों के पास प्यार तो है नहीं, तो कौन किसको देगा और कौन किससे मांगेगा? ये सिचुएशन आ जाती है दोनों के बीच। अगर आपने अपने प्यार को पहचाना तो एक्सपेक्टेशंस नहीं रहे। कभी आपने सोचा है कि प्रकृति हमें जो भी कुछ दे रही है, हमसे क्या मांग रही है? कुछ भी तो नहीं, सिर्फ एप्रिसिएशन मांग। तो एक्सपेक्टेशन और प्यार ये दोनों विरोधाभासी है, दे आर कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी इन द नेचर, एंड द अरेंजमेंट that we are seeking in the life that we want to live as a husband and wife that we are talking about, or even before that, has a lot to do with our expectations. When you start giving, you actually realize the love. You actually feel the love. That completes you. Only giving can complete you in the form of the love. Love is more to do with the acceptance of this particular moment. जो भी है, आपने देखा होगा कितने कपल्स ऐसे हैं, कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो हमें दिखने से ऐसा लगता है कि ये कैसे हुआ होगा, ये कैसे एक दूसरे को प्यार करते होंगे, लेकिन उनके वो स्त्री है, वो क्वीन से कम नहीं है, और स्त्री के लिए पुरुष है और किंग से कम नहीं। तो ये जो अंदर अपने भाव ये किसी के साथ होने का प्रकट होता है, वही प्यार है। प्यार लेने की बात नहीं है, प्यार देने की बात
है। आप जिस प्यार की बात कर रहे हैं विरल जी, दैट्स मोर लाइक एन अनकंडीशनल लव. यू टॉकिंग अबाउट reach a state of love where you can just give love, accept the situation, accept the person, accept the moment completely, and not think of what you're getting out of it, right? Again,
exactly.
how do you, right? So how do you reach that state of love? How do you get there? Because on a human level, it is very difficult to not have expectation in a relationship. But I'm pretty sure that there is a way to get there. There is a journey that we need to travel. Maybe there is some amount of self-work that we need to do. But so can you explain us how to get to that state of unconditional acceptance?
Okay. तो ये जर्नी है, आपने सही शब्द का इस्तेमाल किया. You have used a very right word. This is a journey. See, हम इस चीज को दो तरह से देखते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ in Indian culture, the arrangement of the marriage is to evolve you, is to take this journey. because this journey is not simple. This journey is not easy, and there will be, stages. So how to realize oneself in this journey? That's the process. Okay. So when you take this journey with somebody, there will be bumps, there will be adjustments. And in knowing and doing this, in taking this journey, only you realize yourself.
अच्छा.
जब हम साथ में होते हैं तो शेयरिंग करते हैं. शेयरिंग से ये लव की पहली स्टेज है. तो शेयरिंग करते करते हमें अपने आप का एहसास होता है. और ये जर्नी जैसी भी हो, हमें इस जर्नी को लेना है और इस जर्नी में आगे बढ़ते हुए अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंचना है. यानी सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन is the ultimate state where you can understand what the love is. Not understand, you become the love.
Okay.
Today's where what has happened is now we are discussing a complete different scenario, that our tolerance level has gone down, our patience have gone down. We should work towards building the patience. The trust is not there. We must focus on ourselves, क्योंकि our partner is the best guru or best mirror that reflects us. हमारी सारी shortcomings वो हमें दिखाते हैं. हमारी सारी the best that we have comes out in the presence of our partner. The best that can come out is the creation can happen. इसीलिए शादी के बाद आप देखते हो कि कई व्यक्ति बहुत जल्दी से प्रगति करते हैं जीवन. और हमारे में ये भी कहा जाता है कि लक्ष्मी आई. That's a feminine energy which gives rise to the creation to the men. And that is how वो अपनी आउटवर्ड जर्नी हो गई. यानी हमें चीजें अचीव करने के लिए बाहर दौड़ना है, लेकिन दौड़ते दौड़ते एक दिन हमें पता चलता है कि बाहर कुछ भी नहीं. हमें जो भी पाना है अपने अंदर जाके पाना, और अपने पार्टनर से ज्यादा और अच्छा दूसरा कोई माध्यम नहीं जो हमें ये एहसास करा सके. अगर हम एक ही बात को पकड़ के चलते हैं कि माय पार्टनर is reflecting me. If I see anything wrong in my partner, it is my own mirror. It's a mirror in which I am seeing myself. If you can follow this guidelines, entire relationship of any nature, of any type, will start improving at least.
Okay.
And there are 7 stages to this self-realization. Though today is not the where we are not taking that journey. That how to attend the self-mastery through the relationship, where you get into the first state of mirror, and then the first state of reflection, and the second stage of reflection is all about judgments. In that you drop the judgments, and then in the third stage, what you actually see, that whatever that you have given up or lost or has gone, and you have lost something of self or the part of you. So there the partner helps you to complete it. So there are various stages to the self-realization. And these are the stages to master between the relationship, step by step, stage by stage, in every situation, in every moment. It cannot be everything somebody else has to adjust. We feel that something is wrong with someone and he needs to correct. No, we need to correct if you find anything wrong external. These are the small tips I feel that can help people, or I feel that I have given the answer to your question.
Yeah. So what I understand you are saying, Viralji, is okay. So what I understand, what you just said, Viralji, is that when there is something wrong in a relationship, and right now we are talking about companionship and marriage, because today we are talking about romantic love, right? It's not that whenever we feel that there is something wrong with the spouse, that means there is something that we need to resolve within ourselves, because that is what is
Hmm.
reflecting in the companion, right? And that,
Truly, truly.
right, and that actually pushes you towards self work or self realization.
Yes,
That's probably the first step
yes,
to realize.
yes,
Second step you talked about was drop the judgments, right? And so
yes.
okay, so what you're saying is that there are stages uh, within a relationship to achieve self-realization. I think the we can actually bring up this in maybe some other topic, because this is beyond our topic of conversation today. But we can certainly talk about this maybe in the next your online cafe. So by doing those stages, you're saying through relationship also you can self-realize yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So coming back to just that aspect of love, there is a lot of talk about soulmates and soul groups, right? Uh, what and a lot of people are actually looking for their soulmates, or from what I understand, there could be a soulmate,
Hmm.
there could be a soul group. A soulmate doesn't have to be your companion or a partner. It could be anybody that you meet. It could be your father, mother, companion, a friend. So you end up meeting your soul group in your life. What is the distinction then between your soulmate and the soul group?
Okay. Soul group is the people who would, you won't be able to change them. They remain with you throughout your life, and
Acha.
they pushes your button to, you know, show your mirror to yourself. And those
Shows.
are the very challenging and the difficult relationship that you are in.
Acha.
It's not going always, it's not that the soulmates are the easiest relationship that you can enter in. They can be tough, they can be, very challenging, they can be very painful to you. But the more you realize using the reflections point that I've mentioned, because these reflection points are not derived by me. These are the 7,000-year old seven reflections that has been there in the system before the Christ. And this group of people have given these seven principles of reflection. So my answer to you on this soulmate and the soul group is, the group will always be around. Like you cannot change your mother, father. You cannot change your children and the society, I mean the family that you are living. And there are some friends or some companion or some partner or some business associates. You are always going to be remain. Whatever you do, they are always a part of you. That group is never disintegrated. The group remains. Few people may come and go. They can change. They can they can be with you or not, but the group always remain, and that can change only if you evolve internally. That
Okay.
they come only for the evolution, and for that matter, not only the soul group, not only the soulmates, but every soul that touches you comes to you to uplift you or to teach you something.
Okay. So does that mean, Viralji, that nothing is a coincidence? Everybody who you're meeting in this life, it is destined to meet and destined to teach you something in some way, so that the purpose is soul growth. I think everybody who you're meeting, every situation that is coming your way, um, is it the purpose looks like just one, which is the soul growth.
The
Is
purpose is to become love, to experience your soul. There is a, in this human embodiment there is a limitation. The body, the thoughts, the emotions, are not we, are not ISS. I am much beyond that. That means the soul is much beyond that. If you realize it, there is nothing that can bother you, can touch you. It's a flame that lights within you, irrespective of any thunder, any rain, any storm. This flame will never be extinguished. It will be always lit up, and you will be only spreading love and light. There is nothing that you can give back to the, and that is what the nature conspires to you to realize yourself. It is up to you to come forward and open your vision, open your senses, open yourself completely to embrace the conspiracy and be aligned to that, to realize yourself.
So actually, everything looks like it boils down to self-realization, Virulji. So we really need to discuss this topic in details as to how can one self-realize by being in a relationship. What is the process? And the more I think about it, it looks like one of the most important things to talk about. Now, coming to so you said the soul group always remains with you, and how about the soul mate? What is a soul mate?
Soulmates are the soul that is made from the same fabric. Like I'm wearing this red color, you are wearing something. If from the same material, something else is stitched, or same different kurta is stitched. So it is coming from the same fabric. So soulmates are actually, the fabric of the soul is coming from the same source. There is not much of a difference. If you want to understand the different levels of souls, then it can be divided into the seven most stages of the souls, that they go through it. And there are seven steps to the ultimate realization. So there are seven distinctions that can be made about the souls to understand in reality. So soulmates are the souls which are almost, they are made from the same fabric. And it is not necessarily that he or she can be your companion. The soulmate can come in any relationship, in any form, in uh, any dimension, and your relationship will only help you to grow yourself. And it not necessarily everything about the soulmate is pleasing. There are, there will be a lot of expression between both of you. There will be a lot of tips between both of you, but you won't be able to live with each other till you get to the point of for which the soulmate has come to make you realize few things.
Okay. So the purpose of the soulmate is also again transformation to your own
To evolve you,
self. Sorry, say that again.
evolve you.
To evolve us. Okay. Now, Virulji, there is also this concept of a twin flame. They say it's from what I understand, twin flames are you know one soul that has actually been divided into two different bodies. So they manifest themselves in two separate bodies when they are born, but they remain a part of one soul. Is that true? How, like, what are twin flames?
So twin flame is a concept. Hear me out very clearly. It's a concept. Now, what happens is when you meet somebody, okay, instantaneously you know there is a this soul is a perfect reflection for you. Like if you go in the मेले में जब जाते हैं हम, तो you go to that place where the different shapes of glasses are there, like you're walking there. So you will see distorted self of you in that uh,
Right, right.
that journey you take. But in that you find a perfect mirror that reflects exactly who you are.
Okay.
That is what the soulmate is. In our life, when we meet different kinds of souls, all that they may not reflect completely about us. With these people, with these two souls, the experience is very intense. You don't need to do much to know yourself. You don't need to do that. There may be some sound noise wherever I am. There is a namaz going on,
No, I
so be
don't
with
hear
it.
anything.
It's a prayer only. Good. So this is all about the twin flame. So if you see the flame, and if you put something in between the flame, the origin is the same. There are two different flames coming out. It appears they are two different, but they are, and they have the potential to quickly realize themselves. And everybody is not so lucky to have a twin flame soul. Only rare and the few people have the twin flame soul.
Okay. So the twin flame journey that they talk about is true then. I mean, you said it's a concept. Is it a concept or is it something that is actually true? Because when you say it's a
See,
concept,
so I say because we have, see, this has come after there is a point. Why do I say this concept as? There is a purpose for that. Okay, I'm not saying just by, see, originally when I go back into the energies and find out, when the question has come to me that what is your view on the twin flame? So when I tapped into the energy, so actually there are few souls. They have decided to be separated. Okay, to be the from the one soul, the two split it. Now when they met, there was an experience. Now this experience we have defined, or we have framed it
acha,
into
okay,
the into twin flame concept. So originally there was an experience which we labeled them as a twin flame.
okay, okay,
So the experience is original, and the way now we understand from the window is the concept.
okay, okay. So the twin flame journey, do the twin flames merge? Do they meet? And when do they meet? Do they ever meet then? When they find each other in the physical manifested world, they probably don't even recognize each other, right? But do they end up being companions, or how does that work?
Twin flame, if your soul is part of the twin flame, it is inevitable that you both will meet in this lifetime. There is no way that you cannot meet. Point number one. When you meet, there are instantaneous changes that you will experience. The first, out of the blue, you will start connecting to each other. After the connection, you will grow very fast. There is a there is a complete ease with that person that you will experience. So your experience is way beyond different than the any other human soul that goes through. And everything in your life accelerates at a great speed. So twin flames are bound. You don't need to do anything. You just have to pray. Okay, if you feel that you have it, or if you don't know whether you are a twin flame or not, just pray that if I'm a twin flame, let me find my corresponding soul very quickly, and just make a prayer to the universe, and universe will bring the that soul close to you or in front of you very quickly.
And so when the twin flames meet, let me see if there are any questions quickly. Okay, I don't see any questions yet. When the twin flames meet, they actually have a very different journey. They have a very different goal, it seems, right? And from what you again tell me, it seems like the goal remains the same. It's to know yourself, to self realize. So ultimately, Viralji, everything boils down to that aspect of life where you need to self-realize. Now, when you're living in this practical world where you need to go about doing your practical day-to-day chores and your work and your busy schedules, how what would you like to tell people who are in a relationship or the spouses to be cognizant of, to have that healthy relationship bloom, because a lot of times what happens is, in this hectic life, the whole concept, the whole energy is lost somewhere. So is there something that you would like to tell the couples or companions to look for, to be, so that that flame is still burning?
See, now we are going on to, there is another aspect. There is a spiritual aspect of realizing or understanding this, but there is a psychological aspect also. In the psychological aspect, we come from the experience that we have gathered from 0 to 7 years. And this imprint that we carry, we live our life mostly based on this imprints. The life gives us an opportunity to deal with this imprints by creating the situations. Thereby, we are challenged and bring this darkness into the light. Whatever the imprints that we have gathered, we consider this is a darker side of us, which we need to bring into the light, and that is the decision we have taken when we have taken birth, when we have decided to take birth. If you decided that I want to realize what the love is, your imprints is likely to be I'll repeat, it's likely to be experiencing what love is not, what pain is in the love. So if you are struggling with your love, if you're struggling with being together with your partner, basically the search that we go into is all about finding ourselves and the imprint that we carry from our mother and father. And that imprints decides how are you going to relate with your spouse or your companion or the partner. So sooner we need to get out of that imprint. And into getting out, there are various systems available. There are various methods available. At least you can be aware. You can be sure about it. I have done a lot of work on this with people, and they have found inner peace with themselves. So everything is not boiling down to the self-realization. That's an ultimate goal. But there are smaller goals that we can always achieve. That
Right.
being comfortable in a relationship,
Right.
being a companion where you are together, you are with your partner, you have given birth to your children, and you cannot separate, and you need to work out your relationship. For them, my personal advice is to work on their own psychological aspects. Find out what are their inner pains, what are the codes that you have that is imprinted in you, and you need to work on those to come out of it and be, because when two individual meets, are you coming from the contaminated self or a clear self? If you are a contaminated self, you need to work towards clearing your inner conscious first, your inner imprints first, and then the relationship can only mature, only grow, and only when you can experience things together is possible. In most of the cases, at least we have seen, there is a there is a phenomena of codependency in the relationship. Most of
Codependency.
our females in this, they are subject to the emotional blackmails in both relationships. I mean, both man and woman goes through the emotional, uh, they go through the emotional blackmails, and they have learned the art of blackmailing each other or being trapped into that. So these are the psychological aspects you need to focus. Once you decide that I want to work on these areas, there are plenty of ways available to come out of this. So any uncomfortableness in the relationship can be dealt again with the personal growth, with the self work only. There
Okay.
is no way you can work out any relationship by changing the other. That would be actually is forcing yourself, your views on somebody. And that is a violence.
Okay. So that means whenever there is a struggle in a relationship, you need to also address the psychological aspects of the imprints that are within you. And when you say that I, what I understand is you're talking about the blockages maybe that you may have had from your childhood, which needs to be
Or
addressed.
coding, or coding,
What?
coding,
Acha.
coding, the
Mental
psychological coding that is.
psychological
Hmm.
coding. Acha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that needs to be addressed in order for you to actually have a healthy relationship with your companion or your spouse. Because a lot of
Yes.
times, I've seen couples getting into a certain pattern, and it only deteriorates from there.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so that means there are certain psychological issues that need to get addressed. I'm
So
gonna
we
now go
can
back to where we started from. Are you saying something, Viralji?
no, no. I say the what are the psychological aspects to that? We can have a complete detailed understanding of the various psychological aspects that each individual faces through, so they can help to identify within themselves what are the challenges and what is happening with them.
Okay. Okay, understand. So I again that what you're talking about. The more I talk to you, Viralji, I actually find out that there are so many layers to every conversation that I'm having with you, and I can never complete a conversation in that 40-45 minute slot that we have, because now what you're talking about, that whole decoding process and the psychological decoding process again is not in the periphery of today's conversation, but it seems again as a very important conversation for all the couples who are struggling in a relationship, and more or less everybody goes through their own fair share of stresses in a relationship, not knowing what to do. So again, we will actually have a conversation on that some other time. I'm going to come back to where we started, Viralji, and when you said that how the video that we did on Valentine's Day, there was a special video that I did as to what is love, and what you said in that was beautiful. What you said is that we say, I love you. So when you take the I and the you away, what is left is love. And that's what the love is. I want to
Yes.
understand what that means actually.
Beautiful, beautiful question. I appreciate this. When I say I or you, we are dealing with two different individuals. When you are coming with something within yourself, you are not merging. Love is all about dissolving yourself completely. When you dissolve your entire ego, your entire belief system, your entire value system, your your conditioning, your expectation. So there is a beautiful example I would like to give you here. And this is what exactly happened with the. There are two examples I would like to give. One is a famous self-realized lady from Gujarat. Her name is Panbai. Panbai. She is
Manbai.
absolutely knows nothing about the spirituality or anything that, or she didn't do much. But her bhajans or the short stories or short songs that she created said a lot about every aspect of human self. What has happened with her? Once she was going, you know, पानी भर के जा रही थी घड़े में और घड़ा फूट गया. उसके फूटने में ही इतनी अवेयरनेस से वो चीज हुई तो इमीडिएटली उसको एक सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन उतने में, यानी अपने आप को कंप्लीटली जब वहां डिसॉल्व कर दिया या डिसॉल्व हो जाता है, तब आप वो पूर्ण प्रेम को अनुभव कर सकते। अगर मैं अपने विचारों को, मेरे शरीर को, मेरे मन को, मेरे ईगो, अहंकार, अहंकार जब हम बोलते हैं तो हम समझ नहीं पाते। अहंकार का मतलब कोई गलत नहीं है। अहंकार इज अहम आकार, the shape of you in this universe, and that is never going to be dissolved. It is always going to be remain, but the inner aspect of who you are, that needs to be dissolved, and then you can experience it. The second example of is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. वो काली से इतना प्यार करते थे, वो काली की मूर्ति से, इस वो उसको लाइव मानते थे, उसको खाना खिलाते थे, उसके साथ बात करते थे, काली उनके साथ बात करते। अब जब उसके गुरु आए तोतापुरी, तो तोतापुरी ने उनके साथ एक प्रक्रिया की और तब उनको जाके पता चला, और काली और खुद के बीच का जो भेद हट गया, वहां पे अपने आप में उन्होंने ये महसूस किया कि प्यार किया, और वो प्यार बन गए। तो जब हम किसी से भी मिलते हैं, हम छोटी सी बात करते हैं, ये दोनों के एक्सट्रीम एग्जाम्पल मैंने दिए, लेकिन छोटी सी बात, हम सिर्फ इस बात को याद रखें कि मैं अपने आप को पकड़ के आपके साथ कोई भी संबंध नहीं बना पाऊं। संबंध यानी इक्वल, सम यानी इक्वल, बंध यानी बंध जाना। तो हम जब साथ में एक जैसे बनते हैं तो डिसॉल्व होके हम यूनिफाइड हो जाते। दैट्स द लव इज।
So what you're talking about is a complete dissolution of the ego, actually, right? When you completely dissolve your ego is when you become love. तब वो I और you भी डिसॉल्व हो जाते हैं, और जो बचता है वो सिर्फ लव बचता है। और उस तक पहुंचने के लिए अपने आप को सेल्फ रियलाइज करना बहुत जरूरी है। अपने आप को सेल्फ रियलाइज करने के लिए हमें वो प्रोसेस जाना बहुत जरूरी है। उस प्रोसेस के बारे में आज हम बात नहीं कर पाए, लेकिन हम उस प्रोसेस के बारे में जरूर बात करेंगे, क्योंकि अगर हम नहीं करेंगे तो वो बात अधूरी रह जाएगी। ऑडियंस मुझसे कहेगी कि ये तो बिल्कुल फिलोसॉफिकल लेवल पे आपने बात कर दी, बट हमें ये बताया ही नहीं कि हम वहां तक पहुंचे कैसे।
नहीं, हमें जरूर मेरा तो जीवन का लक्ष्य ही यही है कि लोगों को रास्ते बताएं ताकि वो अंदर से चैन से जी सके। हर व्यक्ति स्पिरिचुअली इवोल्व नहीं हो भी सके तो क्या हो गए, लेकिन हर एक क्लास में तो आगे बढ़ना चाहिए कि नहीं?
राइट।
दे कैन एसएससी पास कर ली, 12th स्टैंडर्ड पास कर लिया, फिर कॉलेज में गए, फिर आगे पढ़े, तो एक एक स्टेज तो पास करनी ही है ना। वो तो कर सकते हैं जिंदगी में, जरूरी नहीं है कि हर व्यक्ति। लेकिन मेरा लक्ष्य तो यही है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को मैं सेल्फ रियलाइज करवा सकूं।
बिल्कुल।
और ऐसे माध्यम से, ऐसे रास्तों से, ये डिफाइंड और शॉर्टेस्ट रास्ते मैंने चुने, और मेरे अनुभव से मैंने जितना अर्क यानी एसेंस पाया है वो डायरेक्ट एसेंस आपको दे, तो आपका समय उस अनुभव को प्राप्त करने में नहीं जाएगा।
मेरे पास एक क्वेश्चन है विरल जी। कस्तूरी चैटर्जी, शी इज आस्किंग कि soul groups stay together but soulmates and twin flames may not stay with us throughout the life journey. Is that true?
जब तक आपका पर्पस रहेगा तब तक सोलमेट रहेगा। जितना टाइम आप अपने आप, जब तक वो काम के जिस काम के लिए आए हैं, अगर कोई आपका गुस्सा निकालने के लिए आया है, मान लो आप में गुस्सा है, तो एक व्यक्ति आपके जीवन में जरूर होगा जहां जाके आप गुस्सा नहीं करेंगे, आप अपने आप को सरेंडर कर देंगे। या कोई व्यक्ति ऐसी है, जैसे हमारे माता पिता होते हैं, जहां जाके हम पहले बचपन में हमारे सारे एक्सप्रेशन हम उसी को करते थे, और कोई जगह नहीं थी कि हम अपने आप को पूरी तरह एक्सप्रेस कर सके। बाहर किसी दोस्त के साथ झगड़ा हो गया, हम ज्यादा कुछ कर नहीं पाए तो आके माता पिता को अपना एक्सप्रेशन देते। तो जब तक वो कंप्लीशन नहीं होता अपने अंदर, तब तक वो आत्मा, वो सोल आपके इर्द गिर्द रहेगा। वो व्यक्ति शायद बदल जाए, तो क्वालिटी ऑफ द सोल विल अपीयर इन सम अदर फॉर्म। हम क्या करते हैं कि व्यक्ति को इतना महत्व देते हैं, अटैच हो जाते इतने अटैचमेंट से। तो अटैचमेंट हर चीज को ये देखना है कि आप रिफ्लेक्शन को देख रहे हो, तो कौन से आईने में देखे वो जरूरी नहीं है ना। आईना तो बदलता रहेगा, लेकिन आप अभी कैसे तैयार हुए हो, आपके चेहरे पे कहाँ आपने ठीक से बाल नहीं संवारे हैं, या आपके चेहरे पे कहाँ दाग है, ये सारी चीजें तो आईना कभी भी बता।
So, what you're saying is everybody. So, one thing that you said is कि जब तक कि soulmates का या twin flame का purpose खत्म नहीं होता, वो आपके पास रहते हैं। और ये भी हो सकता है कि वो purpose खत्म होने के बाद वो आपकी जिंदगी से चले जाएं, because उनकी जर्नी वहां पे खत्म हो गई है। और उन हो सकता है कि उसकी जगह कोई दूसरा आ जाए, आपको कोई दूसरे लेसन सिखाने के लिए। तो हमें अपने आप को व्यक्ति से उतना अटैच नहीं करना चाहिए, राइट? हमें बिकॉज everything that we are seeing is a reflection of us. Everybody who is coming is a reflection of us.
Yes.
I would like to get into that whole reflection aspect of it, Viralji, but then I don't know if we have sufficient time, because I do understand on a conceptual level what you're saying, but I would like to simplify it when you say that, you know, everybody is a reflection of you. Can you explain us what that means actually?
Because the nature of this universe is reflective. ये मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं, जो ये जिस लोगों ने इस बात को समझा है, ये मेरी सोच नहीं है, ये मेरे कॉन्सेप्ट्स नहीं है, ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स बहुत डीप रूटेड, जहां से ओरिजिनेट हुए। उन्होंने अपने आत्मा, इवन हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स में भी ये बात कही गई कि जीवन सब कुछ आपका प्रतिबिंब है। और साइंस ये कहता है कि वी आर लिविंग इनटू द होलोग्राफिक यूनिवर्स। तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारा ही प्रतिबिंब हमारे सामने आता है, और हमें अगर संवरना है तो हमारे प्रतिबिंब में देख के ही हम संवर सकते। हमने ये बात आपसे पहले कही थी शायद, या हमारे पर्सनल कॉन्वर्सेशन में ये बात हमने आपको समझाई थी कि अगर आप अपने आप को देखते हैं तो आप अपना पूरा शरीर देख पाएंगे, आगे से, पीछे से नहीं देख पाए। क्योंकि ये जो हम कैरी करते हैं इतनी लाइफ टाइम से, वो पीछे है, ये पास्ट है हमारा। ठीक है, हमें 2 आंखें आगे दी गई तो हम देख सकते हैं आगे का। अब हम अपना चेहरा रिफ्लेक्शन के सिवा कहीं नहीं देख सकते, ये व्यवस्था है। ऐसा कहीं नहीं है कि आप अपना चेहरा खुद देख पाओ, आपको रिफ्लेक्शन में ही देखना। ये एक निर्देश देता है कि ये जगत में अगर आपको अपने आप को देखना है तो आपको रिफ्लेक्शन में, प्रतिबिंब में ही देखना। और ये सोल लेवल पे भी यही होता है। ये जो 3 बातें मैं बताता हूं कि आप अपना चेहरा तो देखना है, लेकिन आपका सोल को समझना है। और आप जिस घड़ी में जहां भी हो, रिलेशनशिप का इश्यू हो, बिजनेस का इश्यू हो, हेल्थ का इश्यू हो, कोई भी इश्यू हो, तो सोल को रिफ्लेक्ट करने के लिए आपको आपका सोल 3 जगह पे रिफ्लेक्ट करता है। और वो है, एक, आप इस समय, इस क्षण कहां हो, कौन सी जगह पे हो, किस व्यक्ति के साथ, और कौन सी परिस्थिति में। ये आपका मिरर है जो आपको दिखाता है कि आपका सोल, आपका अंदर का व्यक्तित्व, सही व्यक्तित्व किस फ्रीक्वेंसी पे और किस वाइब्रेशन पे चल रहा है।
अच्छा, बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुली समझाया आपने विरल जी. सो व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इज कि जैसे हाउ अ मिरर रिफ्लेक्ट्स अस, so through a mirror we are able to see ourselves, but we can only see our soul through the reflection of the people, the situation, the place, and the objects we are surrounded with. Those aspects of our life reflect the soul that we are. So that's why everything is a reflection of us, and everything is there for our soul growth. There is some learning that needs to come out of every situation. Please.
बहुत सिंपल दो बातों से मैं एक बात को समझाऊंगा. एवरी डे हम उठते हैं, हमारे उसके अंदर मैसेज आता है गुड मॉर्निंग कर. कभी कभी हमारा दिन अच्छा नहीं होता है, बराबर है. कभी कभी हमारे लिए मॉर्निंग गुड नहीं होती, कभी कभी गुड होती. तो मैं ये पूछता हूं, क्या मॉर्निंग बदल जाती है? क्या हमारे अंदर कुछ बदलता है?
हमारे अंदर ही कुछ बदलता है.
तो हमें जो चीज, जब बाहर से बहुत सारी घटनाएं इस जगत में होती है, अगर आपको पेन दिखता है कहीं भी, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके अंदर का छुपा पेन रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है. अगर आपकी दृष्टि पेन पे पड़ती है, दर्द पे जाती है, तो अंदर का दर्द बाहर आपको दिखता है. अगर आपके अंदर प्यार भरा है, तो आपको प्रकृति में सिर्फ प्यार ही नजर आए. तो हमारे अंदर जो चित्त के अंदर जो प्रतिबिंब, जो चीज है, वही प्रकृति प्रतिबिंब के रूप में आपको दिखाती है.
Okay. Actually, absolutely, you're absolutely right. This is so profound. This is absolutely divine, actually. You are so right. We never look at things, situation around us and say, you know what, they are reflection. हमें हमेशा से कुछ लगता है कि कुछ एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स हैं जिसने ये सिचुएशन क्रिएट किया है. हम हमेशा एक अंदर से कभी कभी एक गुस्सा, कभी कभी एक ब्लेम भी आता है. But you're right, everything is a reflection of our soul, because that's the only way we can actually recognize what soul journey we need to carry forward, or what self work we need to do in the life, in life. Beautiful. Very, very, very nicely explained, Viralji. Viralji, is there any other aspect that you would like to quickly tell the audience before we wrap up the show, because we are almost out of time? I can continue the conversation with you for another hour, but I think we'll do that next Sunday.
दो
जी.
जब प्रेम की बात आती है, तो प्रेम जो है, आप कोई भी बच्चे को ले लीजिए, उसके माँ को पूछिए उस बच्चे के बारे में, उसको वो अच्छा ही लगे.
बिल्कुल.
कभी बुरा नहीं लग सकता. हाँ, उसके कुछ एस्पेक्ट ठीक है, लेकिन अंदर का प्यार कभी भी उसके मरते दम तक कम नहीं हो. तो हमारे क्रिएटर का प्यार हमारे पे उतना ही है. हमें क्रिएटर उसी तरह एक्सेप्ट करता है जैसे एक माँ अपने बच्चों को एक्सेप्ट करती है. तो अपने आप को पहले अनलकी मत मानिए, कोई कर्स मत मानिए. आपका, आप जो भी फॉर्म में हो, जैसे भी हो, आप सबसे सुंदर हो, आप सबसे यूनिक हो, और आपको क्रिएटर ने बनाया है. तो क्रिएटर के आप बेस्ट क्रिएशन, यही मानिए. दूसरा, उससे भी गहरी बात, जैसे कि राधा और कृष्ण का, मीरा और कृष्ण का प्रेम. मीरा कभी कृष्ण को मिली ही नहीं, लेकिन सिर्फ कृष्ण के बारे में सोच के, कृष्ण को अपने पास मान के, उसने अपने अंदर के प्रेम को जागरूक किया. इसी तरह आप अपने प्रेम को जागरूक करने के प्रति अपनी दृष्टि बनाए. राधा और कृष्ण ये मानते हैं कि राधा और कृष्ण अलग, यानी कृष्ण ने राधा के साथ अफेयर किया, ऐसा नहीं है. राधा के साथ शादी क्यों नहीं की, ये बहुत सारे प्रश्न हैं. लेकिन आज के दिन प्रेम की जब बात करते हैं तो राधा कृष्ण के बगैर प्रेम पूर्ण नहीं हो सकता। राधा कृष्ण इज एक्चुअली योर ओन इंटीग्रेटेड सेल्फ। You have feminine energy within, you have the male energy within. The complete integration of that energy is what Radhe Krishna is.
Acha.
And
Okay.
you are
The yin
meeting
and the yang.
nobody but yourself.
Okay. So Radha Krishna is actually the feminine and the masculine, the yin and the yang energy, and
Yes,
that's why
yes.
you cannot separate them. Actually, okay, wow, I didn't know that. So okay, on that beautiful note, I am going to say bye for today's your online cafe. Thank you everyone for joining me.
One last thing.
Yes, please.
राधा शब्द जो है ना, वो ऐसे ही नहीं बना है। राधा का अर्थ ये है कि राधा का उल्टा होता है धारा, फ्लो।
Right.
So when you reverse the flow within yourself, what you realize is Radhe Krishna.
हाँ, ये एक्चुअली मैंने सुना है विरल जी, क्योंकि जो राधा कृष्ण सेट है वो एक्चुअली इस कॉन्सेप्ट को बहुत अच्छे से मानते हैं। वो कहते हैं कि राधा का एक्चुअली जो मतलब होता है वो धारा, और वो धारा आपको रिवर्स करके जो आप नीचे से ऊपर बहती है उसको राधा बोलते हैं। So that beautiful concept, beautiful analysis, very informative, very profound. I thoroughly enjoy your conversations, Viralji. But we have limitation on time, so I'm going to wrap it up on this beautiful note, on this beautiful day, only to come back next Sunday on your online cafe with another intriguing conversation. One request that I have to all my audiences is I would really like these concepts to flow through as many people as we possibly can, uh, because I really want everybody to hear him out. So please share these videos to on your timelines with your friends, and let them get aware of the concepts that we talk about. So this is just Sonal signing off. See you Thursday. Bye.